Hello everyone, as you can tell from the title, this video is about the world building of what if Deku had solo leveling. Now, let's begin. So, about, let's say, 10 years before Deku was born, the world's first gate would have opened. And if you don't know what a gate is, it's basically a portal into a dungeon. And to basically close that gate, you have to kill the boss of that dungeon. Now, whenever the first gate opened, everyone around that portal will be confused since that gate appeared in the middle of the road. And about 15 to 20 minutes later, a few heroes would have arrived, them trying to investigate what this portal is. As while they were investigating, two of the heroes would have went through the portal and immediately come out of it saying that the other side of the portal is literally a cave, and they thought that they saw some monsters. The other heroes laughing, saying that there is no such thing as monsters. There is only people with quirks that resembles a monster. There isn't literally a monster. However, those two heroes that went through the gate would continue to try and prove that they really saw a magic beast or just a monster. As after a couple minutes of basically yelling at each other trying to prove that there is a beast on the other side of that portal, those two heroes that went through the portal would just give up, saying that they should just go see for themselves, which the other hero does. By the way, let's say there's like 4 to 5 heroes. Now, whenever the other 3 heroes arrive into the gate, yeah, they would immediately believe what those other heroes said, them trying to get out before being spotted by those magic beasts. By the way, the types of magic beasts they saw are insect types. And just as all 3 of them are about to leave through the gate and back to the My Hero world, one of the heroes would have been attacked by those insects. Seeing that their comrade is in danger, the other 2 heroes would try to help him, only to be attacked by more insects. Those 2 heroes, seeing that they are clearly outnumbered, they would try to retreat, and while they were going through the gate, they would have saw the hero that was left behind being ripped apart and eaten alive. As when they got out, those 2 other heroes that previously went into the gate would have said, "See, I told you so, there are magic beasts on the other side." Wait, where's the other guy? Right after he said that, the 2 heroes that just came out of the gate would tell the other 2 what happened. And yeah, they would immediately realize that they cannot take on this, well, problem on their own, as they would have called in reinforcements. However, not knowing what the other side of the gate has, the higher-ups of those 5 heroes would not give them any reinforcements. So cowardly, those 4 heroes would just say that the problem is secured and that there is no more problem. Well, to them, no big problem, since those insects are on the other side of the gate. As long as they don't go through the gate and on the other side, they will be fine. So they just told the civilians there to go around the portal and or the gate and not straight through it, which would have been fine until about 7 days later, where that portal changed and a dungeon break occurring. So for those who don't watch solo leveling, a dungeon break basically means the monsters from inside the gate breaking through the gate and arriving on the other side, which in this case is the My Hero world. Don't worry, a dungeon break only occurs after 7 days of the portal opening. And in this situation, the gate has already been open for 7 days, which is why the dungeon break is occurring, as multiple ants would start to appear out of the gate and attacking humans left and right, killing them and or eating them alive, basically wreaking havoc across the city. The heroes around the cities being confused since these insects are something that they have never seen before, except for those 4 heroes. And when those 4 heroes saw the ants in their world, yeah, they would immediately have PTSD. Now, while this was happening, pro heroes would start to appear all around the city, trying to save civilians and kill those ants, with All Might and Endeavor arriving onto the scene as well. And whenever they did, they would have tried their best to save the city, killing every single ant there are in front of them and trying to save people as well. And while Endeavor and All Might are clearing the streets and looking for survivors, they would have saw the gate, and seeing that ants are coming out of the gate, they would have called the Heroes Association, saying that they need a team of pro heroes to go into the portal along with them. Since the ants are coming out of the portal, they will not stop until they figure out how to stop that portal. Now, after that request, 5 to 6 more pro heroes would arrive onto All Might and Endeavor's location. With them seeing blood covering the entire street, they would have been horrified. However, All Might just ensures them, saying that if they can stop that gate, then they will be able to stop everything, basically trying to motivate them, which works. After that, All Might, Endeavor, and along with those other 6 heroes would have went through the portal. And whenever they arrived at the other side of the gate, they would have saw that they are inside a cave, and that this cave is infested with ants, them having to fight their way through and try to kill as many ants as they can, staying together as a group and watching each other's back. Now, for the next 30 minutes, the group of pro heroes would have went around the entire dungeon, killing ants left and right. As after that 30 minutes, they would have arrived at the boss room, with them seeing the Ant Queen. Just as they saw the Ant Queen, the pro heroes and the Ant Queen would have had an epic battle, it beginning with All Might throwing a Detroit Smash, with Endeavor following it with his flames. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, this is not the S rank dungeon, this is a A rank dungeon, a high tier A rank. For those who don't understand and or don't know, each dungeon has a rank, and that rank will change depending on how much magic is being radiated from the gate. And if you're wondering, yes, there is magic in this world now. However, I'm not gonna go deep into magic, since if I can't understand what magic is in the solo leveling world, then I can't explain to you guys. So I just won't. Just keep in mind that there is magic in this world. Now, the different ranks for difficulties of dungeons are S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, D rank, and E rank. with S rank being the strongest and the hardest difficulty. E rank would of course be the weakest and the easiest one. Now, after All Might and Endeavor defeated the Ant Queen, everyone there would start to feel that the cave and or the dungeon is collapsing. So they would have to immediately get out of there. But right before they get out, one of those heroes would have saw a crystal on the ground. The hero changing course from running towards the gate to running towards those magic crystals. And whenever he arrived there, he would have grabbed onto the crystal, broke off a chunk, and then immediately run back towards the gate. Him having to leave the gate seconds before it closes, with another one of the heroes from the Pro Hero group asking the hero what he got there. To which that hero would just say that he doesn't know, but he just thinks that this could be useful in the future. Now, after this incident, more and more of those gates would start to appear from all around the world. And learning from the experience of the first gate, the heroes from all around the world would immediately take action on those gates, sending in a team of pro heroes and defeating everything there, including the boss, and then closing the gate. And it is about at this time where the Hero Association broke into two branches, with one of them being the normal Hero Association, basically dealing with villains and crimes from all around the world, and or their country. However, the other would have changed its name from the Hero Association to the Hunter Association. With it, instead of dealing with crimes and villains, its main goal is to not let what happened to the first gate repeat itself again. Basically, to prevent dungeon breaks from occurring again, and closing gates just as they appear or before it is too late. Also, it is around this time that the Hunter Association, the Hunter Association would have found out that inside the gates there are magic crystals and or magic ores, which could be used and made into weapons and armors. By the way, even though gates are opening and appearing from all around the world, villains, yeah, some of them don't care, and they just continue to try and rule the world. However, most of them, and by that I mean like 60%, they do care about the world that they live in, so they turn themselves in and try to volunteer to be a hunter. Now, around the time of All Might defeating All for One, the first ever S rank gate would have appeared on an island of Japan. And if you have read Solo Leveling, you know what happened. If you didn't read Solo Leveling, then basically what happened was the Hunter Association failed to clear the S rank dungeon and close the gate within 7 days, which caused the dungeon break to occur. And just as I said, whenever the dungeon break occurs, the monsters that are from the dungeon and are from the gate would come out of the gate and into the other world, and in this case, the My Hero world. Now, since the gate was S rank, the monsters inside the gate would also be S ranks. So, yeah, the island became uninhabitable for humans. And even though the Hunter Association tried to retrieve the land back and basically clear the dungeon, it failed for 3 times. So the Hunter Association just gave up on retrieving that island. The good thing is that island is very very far away from the main island of Japan and is overseas. So they are just quote-unquote quarantining the island. Since the ants don't have wings, they can't fly and they can't swim. Now, I think that's about all I need to tell you about the world building of What If Deku Had Solo Leveling. Oh yeah, wait, no, there's one more. Which is how you can become a hunter of the Hunter Association in the My Hero world. Well, it's very easy. You just have to put your hand on the machine and the machine will tell you if you can become a hunter or cannot. If you can't, it'll just tell you that you can't. If you can, then it will give you a rank, and that ranking system is basically like how you rank a dungeon. The ranks being the same, S, A, B, C, D, and then E. S being the strongest, and E being the weakest. Also, this ranking machine only detects if you have magic or not. If you do, then it will evaluate how strong your magic is and how much magic you have. And depending on the answer, it will give you the rank. So it doesn't matter if you have a quirk or not. It only cares if you have magic or not, which about 90% of the people in the My Hero Academia world has. However, they don't have a lot and are very strong magic, so they are all just about E rank or D rank. As for the hunter ranking system, like I said, there are 6 different ranks. However, this rank will not change and it will stick with you until you die. So you won't be able to go from E rank to D rank and then D rank to C rank. No, you cannot do that. If you're E rank, then you're E rank for the rest of your life. Well, there is one way you can change your rank, and that is called a reawakening. And just like it sounds, basically means that you got reawakened and got a new power. And when I say power, I mean magic power, not quirk. And if you're wondering, yes, you can earn money from being a hunter. What you need to do is to clear a dungeon. And if you want to get even more money, then you will have to, well, bring a corpse back to the human world and exchange that for money. The more bodies of monsters you bring back to the human world, the more money you get. If you're confused as to why the Hunter Association wants to trade money for the corpses of different monsters, it's because they can use it to learn more about those monsters, and also they can turn those monsters' body parts into weapons or armor. Heck, they can even make clothes out of it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. If you guys got any more questions, then leave a comment on this video and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a nice day.